YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video, everybody. I'm so excited to have you all back here together again, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing, actually, we're not going to be discussing, we're going to be starting a new movie series. Yes, I know I've created a lot of them in the past, and all this stuff. I've started some, I have completed some, but this is a series that that will probably stay. I don't know what happens in the future, but I'm planning a series that is going to be leading to the next Disney animation movie, also known as the 60th Disney Animation Studios film, Encanto, that comes out this November. So I know we haven't gotten any clothes yet, but we all know it's coming. So I want to start this little series here of where I review the Disney animated movies, all of them, well, not all of them, the films that I have seen so far, and we're starting off with Peter Pan. But real quick before we get started with reviewing Peter Pan, we have a couple of Disney films to review, as we're basically passing like two eras, basically 2.5 eras of Disney films, which is shocking. So let's get straight into these reviews here, and then we'll talk about Peter Pan. Okay, so I knew a little bit about this movie going into it because I watched something that's related to Peter Pan, which is, of course, the 2003 Peter Pan film that came out back in 2003, and I actually kind of liked that movie. I thought that everything in the movie basically worked. Honestly, I mean, it's not a great film, but it's good. And going into this film, I uh, I saw some similarities, but a couple differences. But for me, I thought that this was a pretty fun film. It really captured stuff that I liked about Peter Pan. It I don't think it dived into the story of growing up and stuff like that as much as the one I watched, but there's a lot of cool stuff that I thought were pretty likable. There's a lot of now obviously I would probably say the best thing about the movie is pretty much just it brings back that Disney style. It has great songs, especially the one where Wendy sings one of hers, and then you also have like these just very fun songs. Um, he can fly, or and then just like the animation once again, Disney just classic Disney. These types of films, they know how to make animation. They know how to make these great shots that just make you feel like you're watching a painting or like looking at a painting. And it's really cool the way it's shot here. And also, I thought that this was a pretty fun adventure film. The way we kind of and as we go into Neverland, it kind of like explores throughout each and every one of the lands with like Tiger Lily and the Indians. We kind of explore their ways a little bit with the mermaids. Honestly, the mermaids don't really get the biggest part, but they are fun characters to be. But they are fun. But they do have a fun scene, and they do have a sort of spot in the Disney animation theory. If you, I'll comment something down in the comments if I can, but. So the way kind of the world was kind of dynamic. It was really cool. And really it just had that Disney formula that I enjoyed. And all the characters are likable and charming. Peter Pan is of course great. As he doesn't want to grow up. I would probably say I don't know. I like both Peter Pans in the films that I've seen, but. And it just has it has those classic moments of Wendy, John, and Michael flying, or just, and then as you learn about, like, Wendy and her family, like, it's interesting, those parts. But that's really all I have to say about the good. Now let's move on to the bad. Okay, so I don't have, like, specific problems with the film, but here's my issues with the film. I think that there's specific things that, like, when they are exploring, like, that Wendy was the one that told John and Michael these stories about Peter Pan, and then, like, Captain Hook, his hand getting eaten by the crocodile, like, stories like that. It doesn't really make sense of, like, how did Wendy find out about Peter Pan in the first place? And like, how did Peter Pan know about them in the first place? And then how did Captain Hook, like, obviously, certain things happen to you, but, like, how did he get his hand eaten by a crocodile so that way he could get the hook? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So, there's just some questions that I feel like we need answered, which, for me, I think will probably set up a great Captain Hook film in the future, like a live action one, a remake of him. But first, we probably need to get a remake of Peter Pan first, to do that, because with Cruella, we have gotten bunches of 101 Dalmatians movies, so technically we need a Peter Pan film to do that. But that's my thoughts on Peter Pan. Before I give it my final score, be sure to tell me down below, what did you guys think about Peter Pan? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Were you right there in between? Let's get some nice discussions going. With that said, let's get on with my scores. Alright, so that's it for my Peter Pan review, but we're not done yet. We have one more thing to do before we end this video, and that's to see where does Peter Pan rank in the Disney Animation Studios films, now that I've watched it. So we're ranking, like I do all these other series reviews, we're ranking the films up to the movie that I have seen. So, let's see where it ranks. Alright, so that is it for my Peter Pan review, as well as my Disney ranking. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram name is Marvel6, and my TikTok name is Marvel1Fan. If you guys don't understand those names, head to my about section so you can follow me on all social medias. I'm also in Letterboxd. It's the same name as my Instagram, Marvel_6_, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.